guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'll be sharing with you my beauty favorites of November and a little bit of hate products as well. I have a lot of things to talk about, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. And the first thing is Setaphil. I know it's so primitive and so basic, but this has been great to me. This is a gentle skin cleanser for all skin types. I got really scared to try. I was really afraid to try this because the QV lotion hasn't been great to me. It just burned terribly on my skin. It's good enough to remove my makeup, and I don't really use waterproof mascaras and long-lasting, long-wearing foundations like Revlon Colorstay that often. So this is just good enough to remove the makeup and then cleanse my face all in one go. So that's really good. Also, it's not really expensive at all. I used to think like having a sensitive skin and a dry skin, I was just, you know, supposed to get really fancy brands like Bioderma and stuff like that. And then don't get me wrong, they're really amazing. I can just get this locally. I don't have to order online or anything. And then it's really cheap. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. The next product is also a cleanser, but this is from LUSH. And I know that you will see a lot of the LUSH product in this video. I promise that this is going to be the only time of the year that will feature a lot of the LUSH product, because I just went crazy about the Christmas stuff. I know I'm so bad, but I just had to get some of the soap. They come up with really fancy, really good smelling soap. I know that LUSH product is really expensive, and I know that not everyone can afford it. I usually have to save up my money for that to just to buy one LUSH product. I promise that this is going to be the only time of the year that you will see a lot of the LUSH product. Well, I hope anyway. And the cleanser is called Let the Good Times Roll, and this is supposed to be kind of like a scrub, facial scrub. I'm not a huge fan of the facial scrub because my skin is already sensitive. I don't really feel like I need to polish off my, you know, my skin and then make it even more sensitive. You know, what's the point? But this is the one that I felt like, you know, I actually could use this. It's got a really doughy texture, as you can see. It's not really, you know, pasty kind of a consistency at all, and it smells amazing. It just smells like caramel popcorn, and the popcorn is actually a part of the ingredients, which is kind of funny. And this is supposed to be preservative free, I believe. I read it somewhere, but it's not really on the label. I got the samples of this and I used it, and I felt like, oh, actually facial scrub is not so bad. The scrub beads are supposed to be polenta, so it's not too harsh, but it does actually have some kind of, you know, the beads feeling to it. And I try not to rub it so much. I just go really gently, and it's really moisturizing too because it's got a lot of oils in there. I know that LUSH person even acknowledges that this has a bit of the oily residue. If you have oily skin, then you're not really going to appreciate this much, I guess. But if you have a dry skin, then it's just getting flaky, and then you want to feel moisturized, this is, I think, going to be good. And then I can't just, you know, get enough of the smell. It just smells amazing. And because I got a cleanser that smells like a popcorn, I had to make it complete by getting a popcorn lip scrub. I'm just kidding. I'm usually not a big fan of the LUSH's lip scrub because when you look at the ingredients, it's just sugar, and I don't really feel like paying a lot of money for just a bunch of sugar. And then it seems like you can make it on your own, and I did it, and then I was quite happy with my own version of the lip scrubs that I made. And I was like, when this came out, I was like, oh yeah, right. But when I used it, it was just really different to all the other lip scrubs. And what is so different about this is that it has a salt, sugar, and then all the oils and polenta, and also the perfume. It pretty much smells like the cleanser that I just talked about. And because it's got salt and sugar, it's got a really interesting sensation of both sweet and salty. And salt particles are smaller than sugar, so it feels finer and smoother and gentler. If you have used a mint julep or whatever lip scrubs that LUSH has, and then you thought it was a bit too abrasive, I felt that way a little bit. And this is going to be great for you because it feels much finer and much gentler, and it's so much enjoyable, I think, compared to the rest of the lip scrubs. It's just really interesting mixture, and the texture is perfect. I really love this texture. The next product is the only bath bomb that I got from the Christmas collection. So far, the only one. And then it is called So White. as the title says, I mean as the name says, it's just so white, it's just a ball. It smells just like Macintosh candle from Yankee Candle, if you have ever smelled it. So it's not really green, you know, fresh green apple kind of sweet apple scent, but it's more like woody, a little bit spicy, kind of, you know, that kind of warm apple scent. This one doesn't really have a lot of smell going on. I mean, it's just apple Macintosh smell, and that's pretty much it. And I know that sometimes like Lush can make all the essential oil like go into one bath bomb. It's just overwhelming and there's just too much going on. This is not really one of those. You just smell one thing and it's just pretty much that's it. This is what it's gonna look like when you break it in half, and this pink bit is supposed to come up as kind of like a surprise in the end. There's nothing really major, there's nothing wrong with it, but this pink bits seem to dissolve slower and not really not as well as those white bits of the bath bomb. So, you know, I'm just saying it's not really like a problem or anything, but it's just when you just pop it in your bath and then you thought that everything was done and you just enjoying the water, and then you see the pink bits floating and then you go like, what are you still doing there? You're supposed to be gone by now. So that's it. The next two products are the Christmas edition soap, and one of them is well known, Angel's Delight. I know everyone's talking about it, so I'm not really going into the details, but it's got glitters and it's got like different color chunks of the soap inside. It smells very fruity and sweet. Every time I smell this, I think of peach for some reason. If you do that, please let me know. I don't know what this is. It doesn't really smell like peach, but every time I smell it, it's like peach. I don't know why. And I found a kind of a dupe for that soap because that is a Christmas edition and it's only available around Christmas time. And this is an everyday soap from Lush called Miranda. I believe that this is coming from the same scent family, even though they're not exactly the same scent. When I smelled this, even though I didn't really have Angel's Delight that time when I got this, it just reminded me of the Angel's Delight a lot, and it's less sweet and more like a fresh kind, and it looks different, it feels different as well. It's got grains inside, so you can kind of use it as kind of like a scrub, I believe, but it's different, but it just reminds me a lot of the Angel's Delight. If you have Miranda and Angel's Delight, please let me know what you think about it. I think that it's really similar. The next one is Snowcake, and I just love this soap. It's just so great. It's got really milky, really nutty smell, and unlike the Angel's Delight, this is more like really comforting, relaxing, cozy kind of a smell. And it just smells really wintry, so it's kind of a shame that it's summer in Australia. But I really like this smell. The next product is something that I already talked about in the last favorite video, but I feel like I have to talk about this again because I enjoy this very much. It is Moisture Gel from Daiso. I mean, I'm not going into the details. If you really want to know, please check my last favorite video, but this is great. I mean, you can't really beat the price. For less than $3, it's actually $2.80, and then you get the whole tub of the product, which is 40 grams, and it's just enough to give the moisturizer to kind of like lock it in. It's not really enough for me because I have really dry skin. It doesn't really feel like I want to put it on and go out, but I definitely recommend this for normal skin people or oily skin people who don't really like to have, you know, like a thick moisturizer kind of feeling. This gets absorbed into your skin really quickly, so especially for summer, I definitely recommend this. Now we're moving on to the makeup part, even though I don't really have a lot to share with you. The first one is a Maybelline Dream Nude Air Foam. This is so much fun to play with because it's just gonna come out as a foam. It's so fun, and this has SPF 16 in it. And it's so lightweight, you don't really feel heavy, it almost feels like you're not really wearing anything at all. It's really great for summer. I definitely would use it more like towards the summer, like the middle of the summer. And the bad thing is this pump sometimes kind of acts funny, and then it spits a bit of the foundation somewhere else. It's kind of messy. Also, I wouldn't recommend this to people who has like major skin issues because it's not really going to hide anything. It's pretty much like a tinted moisturizer, and what it does is pretty much like, you know, cover the pores, you know, make it a bit even and even out the skin tone. That's pretty much what it does. So if you have pimples, dark circles, or pigmentations going on, you definitely need a concealer. The next product kind of came as a surprise and kind of rediscovery. It is Wild and Crazy eyeshadow in Babydoll. This is the color called Babydoll. This is a pretty color that has kind of orangey undertone. This is, I would call, like an orangey beige or even like apricot color. It's really pretty. It's really gorgeous on eyelid, especially when it's paired with brown. It just gives a really gentle, soft look, and it gives a dolly, doll-like impression, which is kind of big in Japan. So I found this, and then I was really happy with it. Pigmentation wise, it's not a problem, and staying power, I feel like it's okay, pretty much average, especially if you use a primer. That's not a problem at all. So I really like this. What I don't like about this is the packaging. It just looks and feels really cheap. You get what you pay for. I mean, this is like $2 or less, so from cherryculture.com if you're interested. So it's not really a bad product as an eyeshadow, but I think they could do something better about the packaging. And then here comes my hate product, and the first one is Crown brush, and I bought several brushes from Crown, and this is like something that I don't like at all. I hate it. It is like that, and I can't tell you what this is because it doesn't have a goddamn sorry any like name or number on the handle. I can't identify this. It didn't have that on packaging either, so it's like, okay, how am I supposed to know what I bought? It's so stupid. I mean, it's so inconvenient. And then I bought several brushes from Crown, and only one of them had the numbers and the name on it. The rest of them doesn't have anything at all. It's just so inconvenient. So I tried to find the one that is on their website, and I think it is C441 Pro Blending Crease Brush. I think that's what it looks like, but I can't be sure. I'm sorry. Anyway, basically it's just a white bristles with a black handle, and ferrule is not pinched, so it's just round, and then if you look from the top, it's just completely round. So that's what it is. It's just so freaking scratchy. I can't use it on my eyes. I can't use it anywhere on my face. It's very scratchy. In Australia it retails for $7.80. It's not an expensive brush, but I paid money for it. I want my money back, and then I don't have a receipt because it's IMATS. They don't give receipts. Well, some of the shops do, but not the Crown, so I can't return it. I don't know if they would accept it even if I had a receipt, so I feel so bad about this brush, and I don't really feel comfortable shopping with the Crown anymore because I bought some brushes. They're okay, but none of them are like wow amazing. So And next one is coming from LUSH, which is very upsetting me, because most of the time when I go to LUSH and then when I buy something, I must really like it. I feel like it's worth the money. So when I found out that I don't like it, I was like, ugh, what? It is a soap called Demon in the Dark, and then it's Halloween edition, so it's also one of the limited edition. It looks so wicked, huh? It's really minty, and also it's got a little bit of apple, I think. I'm not sure, but it just smells like there's a bit of fruitiness going on, tiny bit. I love what it smells like, but this black skin, I mean this outer part is just a wax. It's not a part of the soap. It just seems it's really wasteful again, and this is a part of the weight that we have to pay for. What am I gonna do with the skin that is left? I can't use it. What am I gonna do? And this is a bit more expensive than a normal soap. I think it was $6.95. It doesn't lather up at all. It just feels like it takes forever to make the bubbles with them, and I feel like I need to use a lot of the products to feel clean and feel like, you know, I'm really cleaning myself, so that's not good. And the store person said that the smell is going to linger on your body. And then I was like, ooh, that's a good thing, because I want my body to smell like a peppermint. Why not? And that didn't happen. What's the point of getting this one if it fails as a soap, fails as what I wanted in the first place? It's just, you know, just a big failure. So, I mean, I love the smell, but I just can't feel like it was all like worth the money. So that's it for the favorites and a little bit of the hate. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this or like these products that I mentioned in this video. I will see you soon. Bye!